it's everything.
That's
It's a roller coaster.
It actually does a lot to humanize people with autism too. Because I mean, it's just they're really special, beautiful people.
Kind of like you kind of get to know their side of what it's like, and they're actually really cool people too.
Yeah.
Each one has like their own special interests.
I want to hang out with Michael.
Which one's Michael?
Michael is the funniest one. You know him. It's the guy that's like all articulate and like
the dark hair.
Yeah.
Yellow. He's the best. He loves Thomas.
He's the star, definitely, of the show.
He's so star. So interesting. So this show's pretty popular.
Yeah, but there's a couple that did find love, right?
I
you
think
watched
so.
the last season?
Yeah. But the couple that I was rooting for, they broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think I know.
Well, there was one couple in that was like married. They were both autistic, and they were like married, and they were like.
They were on the second season too.
Yeah.
God bless them.
Love them.
So anyway, back to small penises. There's shit all over the floor. Well, here, let me read his post. A lot of you may not know this, but I'm an outie. Sometimes girls often confuse my longer belly button with my shorter penis, especially the ones I have sex with because they are heavily intoxicated. As embarrassing as this is, I kind of find it arousing when a girl is all up in my umbilicus. I guess it's a fetish I'd like to share with the girls who don't know.
Wait, what's the term umbilicus?
His umbilical cord, where his belly button is. That's a pretty deep cut, and he had a comment, fascinated. I can't tell if this is a troll or not at this point. Oh, he's saying my penis is so small, he has an outie belly button that actually protrudes more. Okay, so sometimes the girl's confused because he only sleeps with super intoxicated girls. Probably because he's so insecure. They confuse the belly button for the phallus, and it turns him off. So, does that sound like the guy that's coping with his condition to you?
Sounds like a fetish.
Oh, he's reading the post, and he did that. Already read it.
I need one memory alloy and 10 titanium.
Don't do that. Or maybe it's just...
It's not the 5-inch douchebags.
I couldn't talk about this enough. Shout out to my small penis, the legends out there.
I worked it out.
Shout out to these small penis.
Shop here more often.
Fucking rock stars.
Thanks for coming.
Something about apple juice? How weird can that be?
Things sure are rough.
To clean your sinuses.
Oh no, this isn't about apple juice, is it?
Olivia found this one.
Yes, it is actually.
Oh no. Oh, it's the nose?
Oh.
Man, people take shit too far, bro. Man, people just always have to take shit way too far.
It's so tight.
He edited it like that.
He did?
Oh my god.
He's got Kendrick Lamar in the background too. He edited it like that?
I mean, he pulls the stuff straight from the Facebook page.
No way, bro.
I really hope.
I guess I gotta try it before I knock it if it feels that good. I want that. Yeah, I just it's like, it's never enough with these people. It's like, I gotta ferment my bit. I gotta drink my bit. And then it's like, no. I gotta snort my bit.
I'm pretty sure that is apple juice.
There's apple juice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is?
There's another.
No, it's stop. It says urine therapy at the top. Oh, yeah, he's sniffing urine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's sniffing urine.
Oh my god.
No.
Well, I'm too more. I did. There's
That's way
more.
too normal, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to sniff apple. Yeah, I've been on the internet too
long.
Okay, TikTok, you keep going over. I just don't want to be snorting urine. Yeah, so it's like the same. It's like it's never enough. People gotta take shit way too fucking far all the time. You know. I gotta give myself a urine enema. I gotta shower and I gotta drink it. It's like, oh! Maybe I'll keep my trash here. Do the quartering soundbite for everything, you know? So extra. Here's another big dog.
As long as the United States continues to shameless resistance against socialized healthcare, people will continue to seek out alternative medicine like their own piss.
Oh, that's actually a really interesting take. He might actually be onto something. Like if people had access to actual medicine and fucking afford it, might not be using it.
So it's only a matter of time before I made a return to your therapy based on this time I'm covered in the vastly crazy health guys from cocaine. Soaking your eyeballs in piss.
No, it's just not necessary. It's too much. You take it too far. Why do you take it so far?
Soak your eyeball in anything.
Just drink it like a fucking civilized person. I wonder if the people who drink it just be like, those guys are crazy.
Holy shit.
Did you see that girl?
So
Oh, that girl is nuts.
Deep compliments on her sparkling eyes as a result of her dripping fresh hair.
Let me get some
So
visions.
she took this into her eyes twice daily. I'm guessing like how regular people use eye drops, which means that this is really only on her eyes for a few minutes at a time.
I mean, her eyes do look good.
If only there was a way to keep
Just
your eyes
wait.
soaked in piss all day. Oh. There
No.
it is.
No.
Besides Yellow Dragon,
I'm
she's piss on
saying, they take it too far. They take everything so far. They gotta be the piss king. They gotta show the other piss people that they're the piss king. And they take shit
Here's
all
your
the
stuff.
way. No half sentence.
Much appreciated. Here's some gold. I'll let you know as soon as I need my floor swept or a toilet cleaned.
Do you have sound on in your shirt? Like voice sound? What?
Come on. They're asking me if I put my things in there.
No, I was gonna ask for the overnight oatmeal. If you wanted to try it, you could use this.
Shit. Completely off.
Imagine. I'm actually gonna say something that's not even close. Okay, so I was gonna say, if you want, I can try and make you one tonight if you want to try it.
Sorry.
tomorrow.
See you. We. That.
You need. If you.
I must go to the desert.
Outside is no longer a matter of minutes, but of hours. Simply take a pair of swim goggles, fill them with piss,
I can't
strap
do
them
this,
on,
you guys.
and go about your day. It's that simple.
It's a yellow dragon. His name is no way. His-eyed yellow dragon.
Joints lag. I am not liable. Congratulations, Besides Yellow Dragon. You are the friend of the day. Follow our friends on Facebook.
That's pretty good. That's a good find, William. You were in the trenches this time. Here's another one. I love the investigative journalism going on. Our friends on Facebook is a great account.
Yes.
Recommend
Follow
it.
our friends on Facebook. I found a Facebook group of human therapy representatives and I think it's because, well, I'll let you know a secret.
to know that. Question, we're already taking it too far. That can't be part of the therapy. You gotta pick one body of fluid and stick with it. If you really watch a streamer, that might be on something bad. Oh, sorry.
His profile to try to understand.
It looks like Robin Williams.
Honestly, kind of looks like it's
He looks like Robin Williams from the that one movie where he was like working at Photoshop as a psycho.
Okay, that is good too. I mean, you can't run super safe practicing the therapy, but we can't really make friends and fight. You gotta have respect for these people are the friends of
Yeah. When did you apply? A while ago? You said that you did a lot of applications.
Would they decline you or?
probably now.
I wonder if they make you do like a proof of you have to send in a video of you chugging it raw.
Well, they make you sign their version of a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, I'm sure they're coming after that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Fizz Drinkers United is coming hard. Here's another one from our friends on Facebook, Twitter account. This one is about Filipino women and U.S. men.
Our friends on Facebook, Filipino women for USA men. The people with foreign broads with their best scheme out of overweight, middle-aged American men who haven't fussed their nuts since their divorce. Yeah, I'm gonna generalize, that's the reality. I struck gold and literally on my first-time encounter. Janet says, single and living in Johar, Kuwait, looking for a wealthy man to support me and my 4 kids. Usually don't use your money. Use it on two-way military.
No way. What?
It's American or British only, wet only, please. HBS2 controlled with medication.
What up, Cody?
She has fucking HIV.
Blacksmith's all.
What HBS?
It's herpes, but he says it.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, okay.
Still How about buying some
Well, at least she's upfront about it.
Remember, casual racism is
Thanks for-
Yeah, which one?
I went to the comment section and found
Yeah.
a potential suitor. He asked, what's HBS2?
Thanks, sure.
Herpes. Janet tries to make it advance, but it's too late.
I know.
Now knowing she has herpes mouth.
If you want
My
love,
husband.
your dreams can sound like this. Oh, this is a good one.
Comes in with an, oh shit. You know how to say what happened on Facebook.
Except for herpes. That shit ran back with you.
Oh, wow, this guy is in the trenches, man.
Congratulations, Janet. You are the friend of the day.
I love this guy's videos. What the fuck? This guy's awesome. Teachers with long fingernails. Man.
Well, specifically teachers.
That's what he said. Yeah, teachers with long fingernails. Our friends on Facebook yet again. That looks graphic. What is that photo of? Well, don't show it yet, Ian. I just want to make sure.
Our friends on Facebook. I will tell you now that this one is truly taxing on the soul to make. For some reason, there exists a Facebook group called Teachers with Long Fingernails and Toenails. Why teachers, you might ask? Their bio reads, you were back in high school and
No, it's not fun.
secretary or teacher.
Don't show that.
Supported something out the ordinary. File on the toes and file on the fingers that are razor sharp and long claws with these big fantasy of no choice. You know, just something that we've all thought about. During the very first post that I had.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, why are they're like thin?
What's up?
For the comments, it's not an absolute consent show. John says, Anna, those more of your nails. And your fan forever. I love you.
Can I interrupt real quick? Ian, can you take it off? It's gonna loop. It's gonna show that part.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep my eyes on it.
Unremarkable. Makes you wonder how much how it's go on from nails. Congratulations, John. You are the friend.
Friend of the day. Metal pushing. Oh, wait, I saw this guy separately, didn't we?
This is sort of a segue to the next thing.
Okay, good. Oh, yeah, so we have a whole group.
There's no such thing as a coincidence. Holy shit.
Yeah, so there's a meme hole we stumbled upon. Actually, this started because people were getting this as an ad on fucking YouTube. I'll get into that. Let's watch this first, and then I'll explain. It's just pushing the pedals, baby.
This may be copyrighted.
It's a foot fetish thing. Males pedal, but men are fucking.
The song was gas pedal.
Is he not talking?
Steps on the gas. I'm talking really puts the pedal to the metal.
Okay, we get that's the thing. So, yeah, somebody started. So, this dude posted this, and I saw it was commented, retweeted it, and this is not his crap. The YouTube is currently serving the people.
Because this is on my console, but I'm still I was rambling for about how he wants to recruit people to barefoot drive, and he just shut out his feet while driving a vehicle.
This is an ad. It's like Craigslist or something.
YouTube down ads. This is putting the ad block over better than you guys. Alright, so, love to hear from you guys.
Hey everyone.
I found the whole video on Anthony's channel. So we found his channel. He is the,
Should I give a warning?
what?
It's like extreme Islamophobia.
There it is?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Wait, what did he do?
You don't like Muslims.
You don't like the
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Okay, well,
As a on-board Muslim, I say proceed.
okay, well, Barefoot Brothers Drive is the his channel. Here's the ad. It only has 130 views, man. This is a deep cut. Not even a single like or dislike. This is raw. This is like virgin.
Oh, I guess maybe it's not this video, is it? It's the other one.
Yeah, I don't remember anything like
It's
that.
in his warning video.
Okay, so I haven't seen that one. So this one's safe. This one's safe as long as you're not triggered by bare feet.
Guys, it's Leadback C-Man.
Back seeing.
With our beautiful feet at the pedals, all of us. I'm introducing my site came out. I fixed it up. It looks really lovely. BarefootBrothersDrive.com. Go to my YouTube channel, Barefoot Brothers Drive. And also, as for continuation, I need drivers to drive for me. I'll pay them good money. They'll make money. I'll make money. You can use your own car, which would be great. Or you can also fly to New York and you can use my car for you too. That's no problem. We can arrange that. The pay will be discussed, but you make 15 short, 15-minute videos.
Here we go.
Teasers as well.
Is this enough?
됐어. 돌을 따대. 개가스치 둘이 사루세도 그즈치 키 치케르토데 키라스 오치스 자카이토. 에테스 자카이.
Sure, I'll let her know.
My YouTube channel, drivers will get your feet out there and make some money and have some fun doing something we love. It's a fun, happy, easy, feel-good business. A very easy job for any guy out there
This is like one.
to do.
This is like one pebble throw away from being human sex trafficked. Like this guy. It's fun, easy, fun, wholesome thing to do. Then you wake up like Squid Games in the back of a van on your way to some basement in Russia.
Just feel good, feel comfortable, feel wonderful with those beautiful feet at the pedals. And that's making a difference. Let's show all that girl.
Stay shot for me. He's driving.
At BarefootBrothersDrive.com. BrothersDrive.com, or you can go on my S for Continuation YouTube channel, or you can contact me via
Something terrible happening.
I like that he has the LEDs in the photo, so I use like
So this one is a warning video, so this one has some, it was age restricted.
oh,
They didn't take it down though.
Okay, Bros.
You sure you want to watch this?
well, not if it's age restricted.
Yeah.
It us too, right?
Yeah.
So
It wasn't before. They must have just.
They got it.
Yeah, they got it.
but he just wants you to drive.
Yeah, an easy job. You just drive barefoot for 15 minutes. You don't do easy hit. I'm not sure he's making money, to be told now. He might be thin. I got a soda delivery. You guys know when you're pregnant, you pee a lot. Because your bladder gets squeezed.
I feel like especially lately, there's like, you became a lot bigger or something. It's like sitting right on top.
Oh, the bladder.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what you do. That's actually kind of interesting. It's intriguing. That's great to drive.
It's intriguing.
He says, talk to me, we'll negotiate his price. What do you think his price range is? I'm thinking like 100, 200 bucks probably. I'll pay you $20.
I think we've all got cameos press to show our lead.
Yeah. It's a really popular fetish. Nobody else around here. I guess mine is so easy over there. So I'll do the thing you put.
Yeah, but definitely.
Well, you know where to contact them. Is there any other ones we can watch? Because I feel, we found the nighttime one?
Yeah.
No way. You were totally, you called that, bro. You got in the mind of madness on that one.
I installed those lists before they were released.
No way, bro. You totally predicted that. Here's his dream car, the Flintstones foot power car. Yeah, he probably dreamed of that. He'd be beating off if he was in that car. Just two bros, yabba dabba doing. Yeah, look, you gotta see this. He'd be totally called this.
Andy, did you do this?
Oh, yeah.
No. I declined a cameo they requested me for.
Oh.
Where? You weren't show for like at all. Not for fun, yeah. I mean, if I'm like wearing sandals, I'm already.
$1,000. $1,000.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if someone
they're
was
just not offering enough.
Yeah. Okay, try my price. This is,
Yeah, business price for me. Do you have a business price on Cameo?
yeah, I haven't changed mine since I
What's
started.
your business price?
I'm honestly not sure. The guys know. I don't know how much theirs are.
What is it sometimes?
Mine's
Did anyone buy any business options for you guys?
I have one. I've had one.
Really?
What was their request?
He wanted me to rent him a full.
Yo, what the fuck? You guys got lower thirds? When did this happen?
I don't know where that goes.
When did you guys start adding lower thirds? What the hell?
Oh my god.
He wanted me to rent him a full like production.
I think this is one of the pieces of...
Oh,
So
okay.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got
No offense to
they
the
were
lady, but
arguing.
I'm not carrying around some box.
Have you assuaged your guilt with that feeble excuse? Then I suggest we...
Had Zach, because he wrote he's the king
What
of
have
Cameo.
I did not write
never seen?
No.
I believe they can be
The best
refined
cameos
into a powerful yet poisonous drug. I doubt very much
So
that they are
I
legal.
changed it and I said the best musical.
Drugs and explosives
Is that okay for
again.
you, Ian?
Just what
That
he's
was
all
fun. I
this
mean, I
for.
just started seeing
A
this
supply
and
this
then
size
came
could
in with
provide for the
town
military of a small
and
country.
last time I checked, AB
It
and I
seems you
lived,
humans are
in the same
incapable
town,
of
so,
learning from the
I'm
mistakes
on
of
the-
the
I'm on-
past.
The parts are on the way, but it's gonna take a little while. The guy said he'd bring them to you when they're ready.
That's great. I found someone to do the repair work, so we should be in business. Here, I've got a little reward for all your hard work.
The village fountain is starting to break down. Sometimes it won't put out any water at all.
I would speculate that the source of the problem lies in the fountain's pump.
That's my guess, too. I heard you had parts made for the water, so I'm hoping you could do the same for the fountain.
Sure, why not? I'll look into it next time I'm in Facade.
I need one member.
Out of the race.
The truth is, though, the fact that you guys even can pretend to hold a candle to White Claw gave,
We bow
is,
down.
you know,
We bow down. He's the king.
yeah,
we bow down.
you can't write that in all seriousness.
There's no competition.
I can't believe you guys added lower thirds for your cameos.
So, are you guys still going at it? Strong?
Yeah, they done like 200.
Ian, what are you asking? I don't need to disclose.
Too late now.
Ian and I are pretty good.
They're at 200 apiece.
Wow. So, Ian, did you find a format that doesn't think you?
Kind of. I still wish. Mobile premiere because cat numbers of engagement or what do you call it?
Oh.
Together?
Well, no. I've had a
Yeah, I proposed to Zach. No, maybe next time.
Ian's had one. I've had about two. I think Amy had. I think I did.
Well,
Looks like this is one of the pieces of cargo that wants to...
I was gonna put up
A little bit shouldn't hurt. You know, just in case.
Just in case. Just in case what exactly?
Unlabeled medicine bottles with some kind of white powder inside.
No, I'm just saying because that's where.
Given how carefully they were packed, I doubt they are dealing with sugar.
That seems to be all of it.
A tremendous cache of illegal goods and dangerous materials. I'd wager my title page that our client is a smuggler.
So much should we do?
Let's see. So basically, let's move it on to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, you're the fashionista, so you can rate these fits for me. Steve Harvey's been out of control with his fits. He's dressed like a fit.
Yeah.
He just needs a cane. And
I think it's the styling issue because like I don't mind the purple suit, but then like the way it fits with the shoe and the jacket with no hands inside.
I'm sorry, but I'll never get down with the jacket with no hands inside. It's
Right.
like, what are you in Gotham, bro? Just use the sleeves.
So
Or just embrace the cape.
Just wear a cape.
Yeah.
It's basically a cape.
And that's fine, but just like, have sense. I mean, if you're gonna wear a cape, wear a cape.
That's interesting. Maybe just wear a cape, bro.
Bring capes back. I mean, what's the deal?
Well, no, the words of George Costanza, we're trusting man or cape.
exactly.
I wish he'd done full monochrome with lavender. I feel like that would have been much cooler.
Right. To me, I think the fit of the pants is a little too tight for his age.
There's some others out there, Harvey.
Just proportionally, I don't like that, and I don't love the shoes.
The fit's actually pretty good, though. I think that goes pretty hard. Done.
Haven't had your Tim's yet? Wake up to Tim Hortons Cafe mocha flavored cereal from Post.
The other fits go off the rails. Here. Let's see. Here, let's check this fit out. He's got the glossy. I mean, this one's not bad either. It's a little glossy, though. It's like a fucking simple lipstick. Even the shirt is glossy underneath. But wait, this isn't the crazy ass fits. He's got way worse fits than these. Those are normal.
I didn't really perceive him as having crazy fits.
Here.
Not crazy, he's just going for it.
Yeah, that was my impression of
Well, I
this
guess,
whole
no,
trend.
there are some that are bad, which I'll get to, but these are not them. Here we have an album.
How old is it?
Here, you'll see, like, you can see the fit under the meme. People started memeing his fits.
64.
Is that okay for you? Too old? Better tone it down.
Just, I don't know, I just feel like it could be a little more appropriate to this, but...
Yeah, so here's a fit, and leather pants, blue jacket, straight Pokemon trainer.
Smuggled or not, I'm a man of my
Again,
word.
I just feel like his pants are too tight.
They're so tight.
It's so tight, and you can see everything.
Any jeans by you? Oh, you can?
Right?
Just take a look.
Yes.
Kind of.
I mean, there's something there, but you can't. But yeah, I'm not comfortable. Like, dude, you're 64 years old. Let's tuck that thing away, bro. Let's have it behind you. Here he is, My Hero Academia. Like, that's a crazy fit to me. The leprechaun fit. The Lucky Charms fit. What do you think of that? You don't hate it? Okay.
I also don't hate it.
At least I can't see it.
This looks better, right?
So I said the monochrome is so much cooler.
And the pants are not as tight.
Dude, his house is nice. Look at him. He's got, like, this dude lives, like... I get the feeling that Steve Harvey really... He is the type of dude to live in a castle, you know what I mean? But that door, like, Jesus. Come on down here. I actually don't know what anime this is from, but it's a pretty fire fit. I like the hardware. Oh, this is Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I never watched that one. Oh, another MF Doom. That one is looking pretty good. This one is Trunks. I don't know.
Trunks, yeah. Oh, that jacket is exactly what
Wait, which show is that from?
Oh, it's you, huh?
Dragon Ball.
You never watched Dragon Ball? For being I'm like a mega weeb. I mean, I don't watch all animes, but I didn't watch that old shit when I was a kid. Spider-Man with Dr. Octopus. Captain America. I don't know what the fuck is it. This shit is just hitting hard now. Like, what do you think about this video? That's pretty wild now.
I need a better picture.
This is a wild.
Wait, what? What's going on here? Yeah, that one.
The show from, what's this one called? I watched it. It's, Oh yeah, jujitsu. It's good. It's a good show. And then that. What's this? Oh, it's a good Actually, I can't eat.
He's having fun with it.
So, taking care of yourself. Yeah, he did look good.
Is that like a... Was he always dressed like this, or is it just kind of like a new era?
I think he was always well dressed, but he's just really, I think somebody told him, hey, he's set on the fits a little bit.
The green one, I think, is the best one.
What's our first one? The suits are always about to come to dressed up all in green. So, the Elf Boys, they want to they just put out a couple of days ago. It's really fucked up. You know what ICE is, right?
ICE?
I don't know what it stands for, but I know they basically are Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Yeah, they're like a special task force that just fucks with immigrants and deports them.
Yeah. Like no shotties or anything?
I mean, they have a bad reputation too for just being violent, thug freaks, something. Yeah. They have their own jurisdiction, kind of.
Yeah, they were created as part of Homeland Security after 9/11, and they suck.
But it seems like they mostly, like, it's funny because they mostly just are targeting, like, you know, Mexican and South American immigrants. Yeah. So thanks to 9/11, we're now have a special police force to fuck with Mexican and South American immigrants. Make that make sense to me? I don't know. So Nell thought it'd be funny to pull up to like a bunch of dudes looking for work in an ice van. So
I got some extra Modelo's if you guys want some. They're just pretty warm. They're just a little warm.
You've got your cargo.
Oh, excellent. And everything seems to be in good condition, too. Here is your payment. Please take it. Also, I know the owner of the item shop in this town. I think you should find your future transactions there a bit more welcoming.
That's good.
Oh, you know how it is. In my line of work, people tend to owe you favors. Anyway, I'd best be off.
Oh, no. You look like fucking immigration. I didn't want you guys to drink warm beers. I got some,
Yeah, so, again, they're always with people. It's always fun with people. It's always fun with people. Recently, just a few days ago. Yeah. And actually,
really?
Yeah. It's brand new, right? I mean, it was just posted. It was posted to their
Everything in working
Twitter
order.
account, October 18th. That was like right after we made our content card.
I'm good. Your health is diminished.
What was
Do be
especially
more
bad about it
careful
is
next
that they're
time.
friends and like are huge Trump sims. So it's not even like a
Best
joke.
of luck.
These guys probably do hate immigrants, which makes it even worse.
It's a vibe right now.
They are them. They are immigrants. Yeah, we're good immigrants. They're fucked up. We can fuck with these guys. And, you know, it's just not that funny, because ICE are actually, like, terrorists. These people have families here, you know? If they get deported, they, like, fucking lose everything. You know? It's just, it's real fucked.
I don't think anyone doesn't hate immigrants, but just this.
Right.
Yeah, because they clearly see them as, like, their plaything. Yeah, I was super disturbed by this, actually. I just don't know.
That's awful.
I just don't know. But people love it. I mean, this is like total red pill clickbait. I'm Mexican and I found this funny. Totally. 100%, exactly. Yeah, I think they're just pandering.
Is that the nice guy?
MAGA crowd is going on.
Oh, that's the one you told Mad like? Look at that. The shit I'm picking up, items I'm picking up from CU's coloring book. Broken straw. It's foreshadowing. More and more.
I'm trying to get on their YouTube channel because they got so much shit. Like they have
Because Nier just can't be simple. Boy, I wonder who would have coloring books with them. Rusty kitchen knife. Broken straw.
I'm so sorry.
I actually hope they posted it because they already did it.
I guess, yeah,
And I hope that they are dumb enough.
I hope they get the full wrap.
Face the full wrap.
Yeah, that's true.
That full cent. I hope they. Yes, they don't have cent.
Don't quarter cent.
Don't quarter cent, you pussy.
Yeah, if you didn't.
Post it and deal with it. You know, if you're such an epic person. I mean, there's plenty of people who are going to do it, but they're almost the problem.
Yeah, you said earlier, you said this is like from like 10 years ago, almost exactly 10 years ago, that dude, yeah, so unfortunately I kind of look like, anyways, he made almost this exact video, like 10 years ago, that was like mega viral on the internet.
With the N-word?
Well, he did that too. He was part of the same series of wonderfully hilarious videos. He would go to like Home Depot and pick up a bunch of day laborers and then be like, I'm taking you to border control, ha ha ha, and then they'd freak out and like jump out of the truck.
That's even more fucked up to like kidnap them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is.
Yeah, to get him in the car.
You know, it's a similar premise, and yeah, it's very 2009.
Same guy who was saying that he was happy Kobe Bryant died. Biggie died.
Yeah, he said that?
Yeah, he's
What
very...
did he say?
He's an epic edgelord. LOLXD.
Was he just saying that? He said he's glad Kobe.
He just said that to piss people off.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's always on Joe Rogan, by the way. Joe Rogan loves him.
Why would anybody say that?
I don't know. Whenever I saw him on Joe Rogan, I was always shocked because I was like, isn't this the guy who did like the N-word things and all these horrible...
My husband.
Like he was fully canceled, I thought. Total shitbag. But what the fuck do I know? Joe loves him, so he's fucking in.
Shop here.
What's his name?
Ari
Shafir.
Israel? He's definitely Jewish.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
He's one of the good ones, Hila. He's one of the anti-woke Jews. Yeah, this guy. I just remember.
You don't look like him, man.
Yeah, you don't look like him.
Wait, he does that series on YouTube with he brings in comedians.
I mean, yeah, he's very famous.
Yeah, I had no idea that.
Oh shit! Comedy clubs drop Ari Shafir after comments.
What was his comment?
Let's look at
I sent it in the Discord on the day of Kobe's death.
On the day of Kobe Bryant's death, comic Ari Shafir, I think comment should be in quote marks. Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late today. He got away with our word because of all the Hollywood liberals who attack comedy, enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike our work. They got to the field, got to the gas mouth, shot through. I hate you Lakers, what a great day.
There was a video of
What?
them right there as well.
Well, hold on, what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Kobe was, yeah, it was a big thing.
I thought he was accused of infidelity. I didn't know he was accused of murder. So what was the situation with that then? Maybe he's on something if that's the case.
No, I.
Well, Kobe didn't die long the day. But he tries to argue that he didn't know that, but...
Say what?
Kobe was one of many people who died in that crash.
Exactly.
Regardless of your feelings on Kobe Bryant,
Right. Because he says...
His young daughter's
Right. Big ups to the hero who got the gas up there. What a great day. Yeah, his daughter died. And no matter what ever happened in that...
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Dude, what a fucking...
They were making the rest for kids too. A bunch of kids in that.
That must have been, even his own fans must have been like...
He got in a lot of trouble.
No, it's just, I mean, you want to talk let's talk about it, but this is just disgusting.
Again, I don't even know if he means it. Like, his thing is being as offensive as possible.
Yeah,
Sounds like
that's how he defends it.
They
He's saying
appear to
Nothing
be...
funny about it.
yeah, he's saying he's calling out hypocrisy of people bullshit.
Bob
Right.
Well, yeah, he famously dosed Bert Kreischer with ecstasy without his knowledge.
That's fucked up. I remember them talking about that on Joe. And he was talking about
Very funny.
those. He put, I think it was acid.
No, it was ecstasy.
He put some drugs in his drink without Bert's consent. He's a psycho. He's a fucking freak show, dude. I don't know why. This guy is beyond fucked. Yeah, the stuff he used to do back in the day was even worse than any of this stuff.
Chat wants us to talk about Alec Baldwin.
Oh, sure, yeah, I mean, here, I've got the details in the document here. God,
If there's been any updates since we started streaming, it's kind of a fluid situation.
I have any respect for years for that.
well, at first I saw there was an accident, and then we learned that it was Alec Baldwin who shot the gun. Yeah, so...
Get $300 and insights into your spending with CIBC Smart Everyday Banking. Switch today.
So Alec Baldwin, they were shooting a scene for a Western movie, and he had a prop gun that somehow had live ammunition. I mean, how does this happen?
So I think there's a lot of confusion going around. I know there's a lot of confusion on social media. People being like, what the fuck, it's not a problem. This is a real gun.
I detect not a whit of intelligence from within that clump of iron. No mere machine can hope to prevail against our intelligence and skill.
Yeah, because, you know, it's being used for the scene to be a prop, but it is a gun loaded with blanks, or something that's meant to obviously not actually shoot. The whole situation makes no fucking sense though. If you've ever worked on a set where there are actual firearms being used, the protocols are like insanely stringent, like tons of meetings. You know, the gun is generally handled by an armor, licensed armor, who has to loudly, you know, everybody stops what they're doing and watches what they're doing, and he like talks as he's doing, okay, I am now loading it, single blank, shows it to everybody, and it's the actor, everybody's very clear what's going on. So, how this could happen baffles me. I mean, obviously somebody massively fucked up.
There was a real case that was his son Brandon was killed back years, decades ago, and like that was shocking. And the fact that it could happen on such a show, and I honestly feel horrible for Alec. Like, what a fucking horrible thing to be involved in killing someone in such a horrible way. It says, let's see, Alec discharged a prop firearm Thursday on a movie set, killing the director of photography. Edward, the director, so yeah, Dan had a good theory that he was probably shooting at the camera, and that the director of photography was probably filming next to the director.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Somebody just messaged me during this live stream. Definitely was reported that it was a live round, and that part of the issue is that the union crew has on the strike, and they brought in non-union people filming, and I guess they how oh yeah, somebody else just said that in the chat. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the last I had seen about this was early this morning. We really didn't have any details before we went live, so I guess there's been some further information about the situation.
Yeah, so the director photographer, this is her here, died. She was flown to the hospital. She was 42 years old, and she fucking died. Baldwin is one of the film stars, blah blah blah. So, update. Baldwin is speaking for the first time since the tragic accident, saying, "There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Alia Hutchinson, wife, mother, and the admired color of our son. There was one very unsophisticated investigation to address how this tragedy occurred. I am touch with her husband, offering my support to him as he had, like, my heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all loved her. So, there was a live round in the gun.
Yeah, see, 1 hour ago, Russ and camera crew walked off before shooting. The Russ camera crew walked off the set just an hour before Zero stopped shooting. So I guess they were feeling like things were unsafe.
Wait, that was walked off?
Yeah.
The camera crew walked off and they were
There's one of the recordings of the LA Times.
Baldwin also has a history of run-ins with the police.
That is so fucked.
So fucked. Why would you even say that? In 2014, he was arrested after he rode his bicycle the wrong way on Fifth Avenue. What? Really? Like, you would really need to talk about that? Yes, this is the Nier time.
You gotta get your shit together. Why the fuck would they prove that? This guy just went through probably one of the worst things of his life. And they're being like, oh, he rode the wrong way. And I was like, what?
Yes, run-ins with the police. Like, somehow insinuating, yeah, maybe it's shady.
In 2019, the law was pleaded guilty to a harassment and asked for no more. Fuck. That is so upsetting.
I was just reading it and I was like, wait, what? Like, why?
That's disgusting.
Why go there, you know?
They're like, and there's a small chance he may have murdered them in cold blood.
Because he's driving the bicycle.
That actually makes me want to fucking piss. Just can't fit the floor.
Just do this fucking
super good. Wow, that's so upsetting that they wrote that. Yeah. Comment on the article. So this is what is just a random comment. Fuck's that. You should show me Mike Cernovich. I looked at her comment on some random dipshit in the comments. Yeah, so some people on the right wing can do it. Because, you know, Alec Baldwin is prominent credit for Trump and played on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. They are spinning this, of course, as a W for Republicans. Here's one. So first, well, here they make it make sense. Like Cernovich. Oh. One of the biggest fucking freak shows, conservative freak shows on the internet. He made his own something called Gorilla Mind. Period, anyway. And it has 18,000 likes, so this is well supported. This guy is such a bro. Alec Baldwin should be afforded. Wait, where's the other picture? Alec Baldwin should be afforded all the due process he will give others resources to get back to what he wants to do. Where's the other about how it's karma.
Yeah, I don't think
Yes, right up here. Here we go. This is it. This is the tweet. Watch this take, I do believe we summon energy with our words and thoughts. And that's why I try to measure my own. If you're aware of who this guy is, he's like, that's just so crazy to say. But it says, Hollywood's treatment of conservatives and disdain for people that can't be overlooked as a cause on a spiritual level of the Alec Baldwin incident. Hatred summons hatred. There you go. It's karma made Alec Baldwin shoot and kill the photographer. Yeah.
That makes so much more sense than an accident.
If there was karma, wouldn't it be him being shot on some other person's loved one?
That's true.
Why does she have to die? Yeah, it's psycho shit, man. It's just, it's fucking crazy. That's super sad, though.
It's so sad. I can't.
Whoever put that bullet in that gun.
Obviously for everyone.
Like, who do you blame for that? Yeah. Somebody got to be held responsible for that.
Generally, the first AD, the first assistant director on a subset, is also they have ultimate responsibility for safety on set, can be criminally liable, also the producer. And then in the specific instances of the firearm, again, the protocol is to have a licensed armor charge the weapons on set. So I imagine they share the liability.
How the fuck do you put a real bullet
Exactly.
in a gun instead of a
On
blank?
set.
Like, I just...
Why would it even...
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people saying it's like, in this day and age, it's pretty unnecessary. Blanks, very easy to simulate gunfire effects. It's like one of the easiest things you can do.
I guess it looks more realistic when you kick it back.
Well, you can fake that. You can just have a mechanical gun.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised they're even using real guns at all.
Me too, I did it.
Hollywood, they've got this crazy budget. You can have a fake gun. It's real as not.
Well, I think this might be the end.
By the way, people are saying that the fact that they define it as live round doesn't mean necessarily a real bullet.
Yeah, people keep saying blanks kill too. Yes, that's true. A blank. I mean, people are saying it was a blank. I don't think that we know. I've been looking at all the articles, right?
Whatever it was,
I don't know where you're hearing
the fact that it's capable of killing anybody, and they bring that onto the set. I mean, but it clearly, if it was just like one freak instant of a blank killing someone, he shot her and the director, like, something doesn't make sense there. If it was a freak occurrence, how did he manage to shoot two people?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it reported all over the place that it was not a blank, it was a live round, so...
I know, but that means two bullets had a freak occurrence.
Gotcha.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah. Live round, can't say.
That's what's being reported. I'm not sure why Chad is disagreeing with that in multiple articles where that's being said.
Yeah, it's so fucked up. I feel bad for him, man. I really do, and everybody. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible stuff. Turns out we have a pretty good work environment here. So, yeah, I'm watching lights and coverage. That's gonna fuck him up for life, man. Not to mention, I mean, obviously, the poor woman died in the family. It's horrible. I'm very curious more about to hear that people walked out because it was unsafe. Like, what did they see that was so unsafe that they walked out and everyone else was in? That to me strikes me as...
I mean, here, people post on and go live round to go back to that fire instead of like
wow.
Well, it's being investigated, so we'll probably get more details.
Oh, speaking of weird mysteries, too, Brian Laundrie found who did it, guys. Found his body. And, that motherfucker is dead. Die! Well, if people keep saying live round, it's going, okay, what does it mean?
It could just mean...
What does it mean? You can say it doesn't mean bullets. What does it mean? Genuinely.
doesn't really matter.
I just don't know how you, if there's no way, whatever, I'm over it. Some of that shit took me a good shot. Yeah, so Brian Laundrie's corpse was found. And the story is bizarre. His parents were the ones that found his fucking body.
They were?
And they found a notebook there that had a suicide letter or something, some evidence.
His parents found it?
Yes.
His parents found his backpack. They also led the police to... I think that he called his parents and told them that he was going to kill himself and told them where. And then that's why the parents... I mean, this is the theory.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was weird. Everyone always, was theorizing that the parents knew more than they were letting on.
Yeah.
Because he was there at their house and then disappeared. But yeah, they found his backpack.
The day that his parents decided to talk to the police, they found his body.
Yeah. But okay. It's a whole sad affair.
Two bitches were, one missionary was old, another one is bored.
And anyway, I just want to watch The Bachelorette on Tuesday.
Walmart pickup is way more than groceries. It's fast and easy. Walmart pickup is a no-brainer.
Get a whole internal debate on The Bachelorette. There was this guy who came on the set with notes, copious amounts of notes, saying this is how I should act, this is what I should say, here's how I maximize my screen time. Explain that, Sam. He had notes on how to maximize his screen time.
No, Olivia was defending him.
Oh, you were defending him. Sorry, Sam, you're good. Explain that, Olivia. Olivia and Ian were defending this guy, saying that maybe that's just what he does to take notes. Then why does he have notes on maximizing screen time?
Well, his ex-girlfriend came out and said that Google Docs and writing intense notes is just his thing, like when they would go on vacation.
Well, I don't take notes about how to wear people's body.
Well, also,
just because I'm into notes.
I don't think that it's super crazy going on a reality show for the first time. That's so crazy where producers tend to want to make people into villains. To just be...
Well, it's funny because in his notes he wrote how not to be a villain. And he immediately became a villain.
I know!
Like world record villain speedrun.
I mean, I would definitely, if I were the Bachelorette, if I saw that, I would be like, red flag. But I'm not going to get involved.
You wouldn't?
Oh, he'd be gone. He's gone.
Definitely sensible.
He had notes how to maximize screen time.
Definitely sensible.
And he had like a whole dossier on her personality and shit. It was creepy.
It was kind of creepy.
This person in the chat that hates to break it to you guys, the Bachelor is creepy.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You are not Bachelor Nation. The Bachelor Nation. I'm sorry. It's not true. Try again. What do you got? Inside info? Sorry to break it to you, but I'm Bachelor Nation and I know shit.
You just said it.
Okay, bring it on. I'm calling them. No, they're not. No, they're not.
I can only watch it with the crew.
It's impossible.
Yeah, that's just like some dumb shit.
How can it be scripted?
They know.
All these people would have to be like the best actors.
What I think is possible is that they plan beats for certain things to happen. Right. But the relationships and the stuff and this and that.
It's not a script in the sense of like a movie script, but it is highly manipulated.
Yeah,
it's manipulated for sure. I mean, watching it
for my enjoyment, which is fine.
Now I need a pump.
While we watch it, we're always like, oh, this producer
What do you need?
ロットとサラデジュル、レタータ、イエス、レタセール、ゲン。
Alright. But like you can't tell me.
Like when people say it's
サチレタタとレタセール、
You can't tell
サチ
me.
ザサルサ。
I'll let him know.
You're defining the script. If they don't, yeah, you're right. They don't sit down and write a script like you would a television.
So you take it back.
It's not scripted, but it is. I think a better thing to say is highly manipulated.
Everybody knows.
I'm thinking shows like Flavor of Love were scripted where they throw shit on the floor.
I haven't seen that. But my best argument.
Have you seen Flavor of Love?
No, it wasn't into reality back
Bro,
then. The flavor of shit more like that. Yes, so
all-timer.
I counter argument to this being scripted is that, first of all, this guy, let's take the girl shitting on the floor, for example. She is not going to volunteer to destroy her reputation to be lampooned by the whole world. It's just not.
That one may have been a
Runs up.
Well, maybe not. It didn't even happen. To tell you the truth.
But I'm saying she now the girl who shit on the floor around the world. No amount of money is worth it. Nobody's going to do that.
Sure.
Agree to that. Same thing with the
Okay,
note
so
guy.
somebody's saying it's like Curb Your Enthusiasm? I don't think so, because I feel like Curb,
world-renowned actors.
Curb, they actually act. You know, they also improvise and they take it like a step
And not only like that, the people in Curb are like world-class comedians and actors. These are not people off the Craigslist. Like these people on Bachelor are not fucking. They're like nobodies. Sorry.
Also, they're real people, and you know you can follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's such a huge commitment to like be a character for the rest of your life.
It doesn't make any sense. This is just what people like to say, but it's not true. Trust me, I'm Bachelor Nation. They've been on Instagram. You can see, you go back a few months, they're working and like doing a normal job. They're not acting. So you're telling me that these people prepared to be on this show 10 years in advance, have a fake media persona just to be on The Bachelor for one season. Now this guy who got caught taking the notes is getting fucking dragged on social media. His life is ruined.
Okay, so many people in the chat are saying that it's scripted, and you guys are
Wrong.
wrong.
Sorry.
It's not maybe.
It's not scripted.
I think maybe the producers will pull someone aside and be like, "This person just said this about you. How does that make you feel?"
Of course,
and then
that's
it's
why I
a
like
crash.
it. That's
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
It doesn't mean it's scripted. It means that the producers know what they're doing and they create good TV.
To make the show entertaining. That's why I like it. These people are victims. They're not actors. Yeah, because you go on reality shows to ruin your life. Nobody escapes it if they are victims.
The allure of being famous, even infamous, is very powerful to some people. That's all I'll say. I think that you're saying like nobody would do that because they would ruin their life or whatever. I don't think they see it that way necessarily.
Trust me. This guy with the notepads, he's out there trying to be the next Bachelor, and he is fucked. Like everybody hates him, and I know how bad that feels because I've been on the internet when everybody like hates you for a minute, and a normal person who's not even used to that kind of scrutiny, it's not a good thing.
They want us to do a poll, but
you guys don't know what you're talking about.
How many of you actually watch it though?
So true. How many of you guys actually watch?
Right?
I'm Bachelor Nate. You guys don't understand how deep I am. You think I'm dumb? You think I couldn't tell the difference?
Also, if it's scripted, what do you have to say about all of the people who are still married? If that's right, it's all fake.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to together like that.
Again, I'm not saying that you keep going back to like I'm saying the entire thing's planned. I understand that these are real people and that they are really playing this game.
Yeah,
but
and I'm still gonna keep
what you are seeing on television is far from what actually went down. The vast majority.
I know that.
Okay, well then we're saying the same thing.
Okay,
but I want to watch just people casually dating. No.
But while we are saying all of this, people are saying you're wrong to us.
I think people think that their words are written for them.
What is the poll?
I don't think they do.
Okay, the poll. Basically, we got to be clear about this. It's manipulated. We all know that. So let's say, is it manipulated or is it 100% scripted? That's
I really don't think. Well, maybe some people do think that.
People are saying it.
The Bachelor.
I mean, Sam, you're Bachelor. What's your take on this?
Listen, I don't care if it's scripted. It's the best show on earth.
Wait, don't even say that. Don't get the
No, it's okay. No, I don't think it's scripted. It is definitely manipulated.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
Should I have a third option if it's like 3 degrees? Is real, is manipulated, and is scripted?
Oh.
No, because we all agree that it's manipulated.
It would be boring if it wasn't manipulated, guys.
Exactly. We would not be watching.
Team Dan. This one, guys. I'm sorry.
You are?
I watched it again. So why are you guys gonna do both?
We're all team.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
It's
What's
not
the
a team.
Are you saying it's scripted?
Okay. We agree on that.
You guys didn't agree with what I said on football.
Yeah, I'm saying it's fake. She says it's 100% fake.
I guess it's just we have different definitions of fake. Like
we 100% agree. I don't know why you have to conquer and divide us. You're not even a bachelor name, bro.
I've seen a decent amount of it. So about 20% of the audience says it's 100% fake, it's scripted.
And those 20% do not watch.
Well, they're wrong. That percentage is actually rising, getting close to 25%.
They're wrong.
About a quarter of the audience
The
thinks
poll
that
is manipulated.
It's impossible.
The podcast is scripted.
I think that the contestants are amateurs. They're not necessarily actors, although a lot of them are, and that's why they want to get on the show.
Sure, of course.
Which, you know, actors have outgoing personalities. It's good for the show anyway, so I understand why they.
Yes.
They'll deliver the pump as soon as it's.
Thanks
Yeah,
much.
but they do things like if something happens, if a fight happens, they stop, recreate it. A lot of the things that you're seeing is acting because it wasn't caught on camera, and they want to make sure that it's
My
seen.
husband.
So they literally say that to them again.
I worked it out.
I think that happens, but not like the really, like sometimes, yeah, sure, I don't give a fuck.
I think some of the moments they are visceral and real for sure, but a lot of it, I'm sure, is kind of.
But hey,
You know, the curve wasn't actually that bad. In the same way as on Curve, they don't have a script.
it's
They have a
nothing like
scenario,
Curve.
and they just kind of.
It's nothing like Curve. That's
Well, I'm saying in the instances where they miss something and they want to recreate it, just like we need you and her to fight again.
But it insinuates that the fight did happen. It just wasn't on camera.
Right. Okay.
No, I don't think they refight. I don't think that happened. I think something could happen where they have like a tender moment or say something funny, and they'll be like, "Yo, say that again." Fights and stuff, that's real. That's wrong. and I'm offended at the insinuation.
I'm offended at the insinuation that Curve is even
No
part
matter
of this
what we do with the
conversation.
poll, by the way, there's like a bunch of people that say it's a bad poll and it's flipped.
What do you think?
I want them to get some reading comprehension, to be perfect. This is a clear poll. This is clear.
These people are saying bad fools. They don't read. How do we unflip it? I want to get a unflip poll.
Is The Bachelor manipulated or is it 100% scripted?
Well,
we just had a giant conversation about the difference between the two things. If you don't understand the difference between those two, I don't know what to say.
I guess we could go 100% real. How about this? How about this? I just don't see the point of adding a 100% real option because we know it's not 100% real.
I think we should, we've got a lot of people who watch this show. There's got to be one Bachelor whistleblower
Doesn't look like
out there from ABC, right? Like somebody.
Yeah.
They should reach out
It's
to
been
us.
around for like 30 years. You don't hear anybody. You don't hear this shit.
Reality Steve would be all over it if it was totally fake. Because nobody knows who's snaking information to Reality Steve.
What is it?
Oh, that's Sam made that for Bachelorette.
Don't
Senior
fucking
night.
wait.
What? Isn't
I'm
it
not invited to
incredible?
this party.
Wait, what?
Ethan, you want to come next week?
Ever.
You guys do this on your free time?
Sam did. She did it incredibly.
Dude, that is so beautiful. You want to tell us a little bit about the spread?
Look at little mean cheese.
Oh my god.
Which episode was this? The premiere?
The premiere. You gotta go all out for the premiere.
Oh,
wow.
God.
I came in, she's like, there's rose petals everywhere. She's looking all frantic.
Oh my god.
She takes it professional.
Well, it's
wow.
fun for her, and she sort of wins.
Oh, she's a Bachelor expert. She's an intern.
She won H3 Bachelor.
Right.
Oh, she's a veteran.
Right.
You skirted the, you're one of the contestants that shows up outside the compound from previous season, like, please, I'm in love with her, let me in.
I have a big revelation for you guys right now in the bombshell, to drop bombshell alert.
Yeah.
The H3 Bachelor was rigged. Sam and Ian were already dating. The entire thing was fake. It's scripted.
Exactly. Based on what you guys are saying, that's what it would mean. Based on what you guys are saying, it would mean that the Ian and Sam situation would have been scripted. Nuh-uh.
That was real to get. And look where it is now. Look at that. They're still together. You saying it's for a script? No. That's love. Shame on you, Dad.
Don't buy it. Don't buy it, people. It's too real to be the
Like, for example, sometimes, like what happened in the previous season, was that the guy who won? Was a fucking plant last season?
The Donkey Kong?
Yeah, the Donkey Kong face guy. So they brought
Wait, what?
He won. The guy with the upside down face.
Yeah, what was
What's
his
up
name?
with Zoe face?
Donkey Kong.
Blake what?
Like points.
Fake ass man.
Dude, that dude straight up was Donkey Kong.
Here's this guy. You recognize him. Me and Yo didn't like him. We thought he had bad intentions.
Oh yeah, I know, like that.
Yeah, his head is upside down. His head is flipped.
It's flipped.
And he looks like Donkey Kong. He's just got a strange face. Like I never seen one that looks like this. He's probably got such a weak chin to have that big ass beard. It's probably like tiny.
Are they still together?
Yeah, they're still together. I think.
So we're all wrong.
I think so. But he was a plant from a previous season. Now I think this shit's all set up, right? They take him, they plant him in there. He shows up. He's like, I don't know, but I want to get in.
Yeah.
But like everything that happens after that is real and raw.
Yes.
They're still together to this day, so shame on you, Dan.
I mean, Sam would not be putting out spreads like that if it was perfect.
You know, we're saying charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
Why? Because he looks like a shark.
Oh my god. A shark.
You said charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Shark is a keyword. Yeah, why is shark?
Charcuterie board.
I get the
Okay, the other half. Okay.
The charcuterie board? Like, I'm sorry, what's much weird?
Ethan, you know, we could get intel about the Cogsworth because, you know, Becca Martinez.
Oh yeah,
She's a big fan of Freddy's and probably us too. And also Jacinia. Jacinia, who was on Freddy's. Yeah, she's a huge fan. Yeah, she totally.
Let's gotta do. Let's get Jasenia. Let's get. Well, I think Jasenia's a real, like a real.
Also, I don't think Jacinia is out of contract yet. So we may have to get Becca because she'll talk.
Well, Becca's like straight bachelor. She was on this. She was on a show. She was on Paradise.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this shit's real, guys. There's alumni. There's history. Deep roots. How fuck? Shame on you and shame on you, AB.
Like, Jasenia was spotted wearing tight stripes, right?
Yeah, she's a real one.
I tried. I gave it a chance.
I'm with you on that, AB.
What? Oh, you guys don't watch
I
it?
gave it living it. It was a good time. I've now, because I've been roped into watching 2 seasons now. The 2 most recent.
Oh, you like the whole season?
Pretty much.
That's good. Why did you like the last one? It's pretty good.
The last
Haven't
one was
fished in a while, huh?
DK, right?
Yeah, with Donkey.
Amazed
Yeah, I
you
really-
have grown weary of it.
Not really.
Someone automatically
There's just something about catching a fish that makes you feel alive.
That's a horrible.
Perhaps you are forgetting the reason you went fishing in the first place.
That guy was such a bad.
But the last Bachelor in Paradise, 3 engagements. That's pretty crazy.
I didn't watch the Paradise or
Paradise is really good.
The last season of Paradise was the best season ever.
Yeah,
It was
Either
so
of them.
good.
I agree.
Did you see the resemblance? The fucking jaw and everything and the hair.
It's easier to see when he's in motion. I feel like the photograph doesn't fully.
I'm sorry.
Well, Donkey Kong's a trans Rex. Donkey Kong is a trans icon.
Where the fuck did you read that?
The one with the trans flag at the bottom. I don't know the context of that. But...
How
I have no
Donkey
idea.
Kong became a trans icon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll save that one. I'll read that one later. Not ready for all that.
Yeah, I somewhat enjoyed it. The best part of that last season was well, there were certain elements of it that were very enjoyable. The girls, was it her mom and like aunt or whatever?
Oh, she was such a. Oh, that was right.
That was the best part of it. I don't know if we can. It's ABC. They're probably playing this.
Well, I'll just remove it then. What is the? Oh, I think it was viral moment.
Katie's. Her name was Katie.
Why is Abe Lincoln the Bachelor camp? What's the context here?
Oh, Cam thinks he looks similar to the Donkey Kong. Abe Lincoln?
Sorry, Cam.
Take it back to the left.
I can't follow you down on this one. Hey Olivia, I was romantically talking to a contestant from The Bachelorette that was in the top 4 on Becca's season and Bachelor in Paradise. Love to talk about it, I have pics. I'd rather just talk to the person though. You know what I mean? Like, I know a person that knows a person that knows a person. Any credentials, people. Yeah, so, you found that clip, or should we just not even show it?
I mean, I think I found this was part of it, right? Where
this is it, yeah. So Blake meets Katie's mom and aunt, and her aunt is the nastiest person I have ever seen, ever. It's just horrific.
Coming in our family, because at the end of the day, you're here because we want you here, not because we need you. Originally, when I knew you were coming on the show, it didn't dawn on me that you would be or could be engaged at the end. So I feel like there was enough time.
Maybe if you minimize it, it will reduce the chance of being claimed. Like this, yeah.
Nothing has to be.
Yeah, there's
Andy.
Yeah, we're not about to get married and have kids. But I think because we're both so independent and have our own goals and dreams, like we don't need each other. We've been able to live our own life we want.
And it's super important not to need someone. You can survive on your own.
By the way, just pause.
You know, we don't put her.
The premise is she's the Bachelorette. He's in her top like 3 or 4 or something. Or actually, maybe she was even the last one because one of the guys left. And so her family's coming to meet him with the context that like she's supposed to be engaged, and they're just like working the whole thing down. I've never seen anything like that. It's a little backstory.
Put ourselves in a position where we have to rely on a male. That just is part of our foundation at all. If we invite you in, you are so lucky.
Okay.
Marriage is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not all it's cracked up to be.
No, for sure. And like, that's the thing is like I've lived through it. Like I've lived through watching my parents it up.
That's not the same thing though, right? Like
definitely. But
like watching a train wreck is not the same as actually being in that train wreck, right?
Yeah.
Let's say marriage gets hard, which I don't care.
No, I didn't watch it.
This was one of the highlights.
Yeah,
that is so mean.
No, it was horrible. I mean, and he was trying his best to be good and be interested. I've never seen anything like it. She was just so mean. Go ahead, keep going.
What's your plan? Like, how are you gonna fix that?
Katie and I have this thing going on here, and it's just promising ourselves that we'll do anything to make it right and keep it.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Like, I mean, cute, but I mean, ultimately, that's not how anything works.
You asked.
And is that where you're at? Like, are you wanting to marry her?
I don't know, were you gonna yell at me again?
That Lindsay was more hesitant about me and just kind of questioning what Katie and I are and how we're going to work through things. And all I could say was words to try and reassure, but it just seemed like nothing I was saying was the right answer she was looking for.
So, what makes you want the beard?
Oh my god.
They're still together, by the way, so fuck her.
Probably during our first date, he had talked about how he's really an independent woman and how there's a time when he could be gone for like a month and he needs someone who can handle that. And I instantly was like, I got my own to do, like that sounds like the perfect duo.
You guys are gonna go your own way for a month or two while he's in Africa? I mean, that's a huge...
Yeah, the cat's 3 motherfucking sand.
He just wants me again.
So how do you see that ending? Like, we're just gonna make it work. We just don't know what that means yet. If that means I go to Canada, then I'll go. You know, if I get to go to Africa because I want to, we'll go. Like, we really aren't worried. I know these are huge things to figure out, but that's what we want to do. We want to figure it out.
You just said if you need to go to Canada, you will. If you need to go to Africa, you will. Like, it just sounds like a lot of, oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And really, my question is, how much is he willing to put into your happiness? Because the rest we don't care about. If something doesn't work,
yeah,
good luck. You know?
Why is she here? I hate her.
Are you ready to ask Katie to marry you?
I just want to make sure that what I do is right for Katie and I. And so, you know, I've got a lot of thinking to do about it. I just want to make sure it's the right thing.
What are the plans? Are you moving in together?
Also, that's all stuff we need.
They're just gonna date. Like the one thing I think silly about this show is like you're supposed to get engaged at the end, but ultimately you're just dating. Like it doesn't mean anything. It's not that fucking serious. But they are engaged for real now. So fuck these love haters.
Was it like the mom and sister?
Yeah, it was her aunt. So
just mom and aunt.
Okay. We ain't men, so we think you should be single forever. You said you're gonna go to Canada for him? That sounds like a yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyway, Bachelor forever. The new season, I don't know if you guys heard, it had the worst ratings of any premiere by far. Like, dude, the premiere had like 400,000 viewers. This show has better ratings than The Batch.
Wait.
Google it. I read it.
Yeah, I'm reading it. Premiere low.
What was the viewership? They say it was like fucking abysmal.
Do you think it's Chris Harrison?
No, I think it's because they did the back-to-back.
Yeah, I think it's the back-to-back.
And I think the Bachelorette was kind of boring. Like, I didn't say it because they're nice. I like them. But, like, I don't know, it just doesn't excite me, the pics.
But I do think that the hosting situation is not
horrible.
I don't understand why there has to be two women when there's just one man.
I agree. It's like,
women fill the role?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Exactly. It's like one is not enough. Somehow.
That's so weird.
You should just, it's back to back to back. I can't keep eating charcuterie boards.
Too
much dairy is killing me, man.
No, I can never get enough, I'll be honest.
It was 3 million. Down from last season.
3 million?
Last season had 5.
That's not a huge dead, man.
Yeah, I mean, for that show, the bomb was huge, but
well,
not so much.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I may not be a smart man, but I knew to know what's fucked up when I see it.
I'm also watching the Real Housewives Beverly Hills. It's the tell-all now. There's like 3 of them, but I'm the only one, right? Nobody here.
I'm even out of my shows.
I watched the Lisa Rinna part where she talked about Amelia and Scott. It was interesting.
I'm out on that Real Housewives shit. I can't fuck with that.
It's all about Erica.
They're just so annoying. They're like the worst people on earth, all gathered. Just so rich, so disgusting, out of touch, just god awful. Yeah, and if you were like talking about class warfare and shit like that and overthrowing, all you have to do is show the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. One of the class wars. I don't know if I made this joke before, but if you see the show Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they do ISIS recruitment.
Well, it's not talking about it. My mom knows it's really involved. But, I don't know. I love it.
Alright, well, I guess that's it, eh?
Zach keeps looking at me trying to get me to say something. Zach, just say it.
Say what's going on.
Oh, no, we just...
Oh, I didn't say it.
I don't know what you're gonna do, but,
Zach, you're scripted.
Okay. Zach was asking me again if he wants permission to do the disco.
Oh, you want a disco?
Yeah.
Oh, you want a disco? You gotta hit that move you did though, man. There's no way we're gonna take out the show today. Alright. Actually. Alright. Everybody ready? Everybody ready to disco?
I'm ready. Yeah. If it's fit, I mean, is there something... Hey, we should give a seizure warning, probably. Like, unironically.
Okay, seizure warning. Seizure warning. If you are epileptic, please turn off the stream. Let's go. You gotta move fast. Like, there you go. Oh no!
No! Here, give me a Vila. Here, get this one right here. Oh, Amy! Whoa!
And now Dave definitely looks like Fear and Loathing with those glasses.
Wow!
Here's
Kill my bread and call me Gladys. I reckon there ain't much.
works for me. Can't take much more of that seed training.
You call that insane? Younger generations with your big swords and baggy pants and fancy talk, you ain't seen war. You got no idea what hard means.
Did you see that move he just did?
That was no fishing move, but the maneuver of a master assassin. I am beginning to fear this man more than any shade.
This time, I need 3 royal fish.
The old fisherman will teach you some technique.
Hi there. Come back.
We grow it. Alright guys, that's about it for us, eh?
It's a weekend.
So we'll be back on Sunday for the leftovers.
Or tomorrow.
If you remember, become a member. Anyway, what's for lunch, Lisa?
I think Lena is right now.
Oh, I love that.
Love that. Love that. Oh. 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 Oh.
Wait, do it on me because it's really painful when I do this. Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
running and squealing. Come on out, Biggie.
That's right.
We are here. And we are ready. We've invested an additional $5 billion into the set this week. We have added anti-air artillery to protect ourselves from airstrikes and drone strikes.
Yeah, of course. We had to. The liberals, they're coming. They hate the truth. They hate truth seekers and truth tellers. You know,
I'm gonna send a little truth teller in the form of anti-aircraft missiles.
I will never get vaccinated.
Never.
Never.
That's why. Hey, I'll tell you what, why? Straight conservative. How else can I offend you today? Woo! Come on.
They want it. They want it so bad, dude. They want it like. They want to make you upset so bad. They're just like, please get mad. It's like, dude, you are cucked. Okay? If you spend all your fucking time making up merchandise, you know, constantly complaining, constantly crying about the liberals.
I wonder if I've beaten that old fisherman yet.
Okay, the bi-coastal elite are winning. They're winning the culture.
You saw that chip on his
I don't
shoulder.
know how.
It must be amazing.
I guess I do. Like, I don't know how, though, for the most part, liberals got this label of the triggered snowflakes, because I swear, I mean, I guess there are some, you got this, like, classic social justice warrior from, like, 10 years ago that was, like, humongous. The girl would, like, freak out over the guy who made the humongous joke. But other than that, it does seem to me that, like, the white conservatives are the most triggerable snowflakes.
Yeah.
They get just so upset about the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Vaccines, for example.
Like, I think,
they're ready to go to civil war over a vaccine.
I mean, it's unacceptable. It's goddamn unacceptable that they're vaccinating people. It's just communism. And
he's mad.
Yeah,
I am mad. You know, first of all, our sponsors today are Stamps and Policy Genius. Hassan, how you been, by the way? How's your week been? What's going on with you?
Pretty good, you know. Just working hard. Finally moved into the new house, the $7 billion house. Yeah.
Congratulations! I'm glad you're in there enjoying the fruits of your labor there.
Yeah, it's been good so far, you know. Just trying to set up a studio and whatnot, and have more guests on and things like that. It's not as good as this studio, obviously. This is like the most expensive studio in the country.
Yeah, this is like the GDP of the whole state.
We're keeping the Los Angeles economy afloat here.
Yeah, basically single-handedly. You're building a studio in your new place?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like not like a studio, but just basically it's a larger room and conference table. I'm gonna be able to have like guests on, and then, you know, have better conversations. Because currently, whenever they come, they're just like sitting next to me. It's like awkward.
The Ada Ross thing.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like have my bed behind me.
There's better ways to do it.
Yeah.
A window covered with like a bed sheet.
I think he has like, doesn't he have like a green screen or something? That's like he doesn't even have like a regular
green screen. He better, because his background is like his unmade bed and a window covered with a bed sheet.
That's what I'm saying. And he doesn't even have like regular. He doesn't even have like a regular curtain. He just has like a green screen.
No, it's
curtain.
it's so good.
It's just so bad, yeah.
So God, you've been in so many controversies lately, dude.
I know.
Another one about the brothel.
Oh my God, that was insane. Yeah, that was absolutely psychotic. Where I have a friend who's a stripper, and she DMs me out of the blue, and is like, "Oh my God, someone just walked in the strip club while I'm working, in your chicken tendy merch, right?"
Here, I have a video. Let's show it.
You want to show the video? Okay.
Oh, I can't show the video. Well, here, I can show the video.
You can show the
There's
video.
some ass, but I don't know, maybe we can blur it, Dan.
There's a little bit of butt there.
It's just a little ass.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Yeah, this is mad Sigma energy. That's pretty fun, man.
He's just loving life.
I mean, that's a fucking great video right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
So I was like, oh my God, can I post about this? And, you know, I was like, ask the other stripper there and also the fan if I can post about this. And she was like, I asked. Fuck yeah, like, go forward. He's like really stoked. He's like, actually add him too, and I was like, no, he doesn't want that smoke. Because I knew that like people would get like kind of mad, but I didn't know how mad people would get.
You're right.
So basically, I consented. My friend consented, but there's a lot of swerves on Twitter who did not consent. They were like, no, fuck that, dude. How dare you?
So wait, what was the anger about? I don't understand.
There are a lot of people on the internet that have really unique perspectives that are really polarizing, I guess, or they get like really passionate about like particular things, and there's a lot of people who just hate sex work. Like they think that all sex work is inherently like abusive, it's all coercive, and that like they'll adopt the aesthetics of someone who actually cares about the well-being of sex workers, but they're not. The legislation that they advocate for and the things that they say routinely dehumanize sex workers. And make it worse. There are leftists who have these opinions too, yeah, of course.
That's weird, because obviously the anti-sex work take is usually a conservative take of, like, it's immoral.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of women that make a great living from that, and you can do it in a safe environment.
Yeah.
And make a great living, so...
Then every time, like, the government takes action, because they want to combat... The government always says they want to combat sex trafficking, right? And sex trafficking is horrifying. It's horrifying. It's a monstrous thing.
One of the worst things.
Yeah. Except every time they say they want to combat sex trafficking, like Sesame Foster, for example, they end up literally taking away resources from sex workers that use certain resources like Backpages and whatnot to safely be able to do sex work. So this is a major issue. That's why sex workers like routinely fight back against this sort of stuff. They're so marginalized, and their voices are never heard.
Wait, I'm
really.
confused. So they pass a bill.
They'll pass a bill to say we are going to shut down, for example, like websites that facilitate in like sex work. If you're like Backpages.
Oh, you mean like a website that's like you could find an escort online?
Yeah, Backpages, like for example.
Oh, Backpages.
And it's like, well, there's like certain websites where sex workers are able to.
What's their theory about why they want to shut down the website?
Because they're saying it's all sex trafficking.
It's just there's no evidence. It's just sex trafficking, though.
There's, I mean, sex trafficking does happen 100%, but that's like illegal separately. You know what I mean?
But it seems like a website where you just find an escort would be a good place to potentially sex traffic.
Well, that's precisely why you got to decriminalize it, so that the website can still operate, so that sex workers can still communicate with one another about like abusive clients and whatnot, right? Because this is like a huge issue.
I mean, the ideal situation would be something like Nevada, where it's like people can run a safe like place where sex workers can work out of, and then like the facility ensures their health and that the patrons aren't freaks and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the advocacy here in America, especially, revolves around decriminalization, not legalization full law. Because I think like a lot of people are worried about like the corporate exploitation element. If it's like full-blown legalized, then it's like, you know what I mean? That's crazy. Because then you have like actual exploitation, like hyper exploitation. So
Coca-Cola gets into the
exactly. So
escort game.
But I mean, the thing is like people were just like super mad. There's obviously, I have a lot of haters who watch when I talk for 12 hours every day, so you're gonna find something in my archives that you can like use against me.
Sure.
And I talk routinely about sex work rights and sex workers in general, and I have them on my show and whatnot too. So one of those instances I talked about like all the way back in 2010, I think. I went to a brothel called Artemis in Berlin.
Grab this video too.
Yeah.
Pull it up. So this is when people got really mad, right?
So they were like, this piece of shit, fucking, you know, he went to, he's blowing his millions. Dog, I was in 2010, okay? That was fucking, you know.
I'm gonna play the video so people understand. But I guess this was the reason people got really mad. So this is a clip.
Escort, no shame, obviously sex work is real work. I've had sex with not even escorts, but also like straight. I've gone to a brothel, Artemis in Berlin.
Check it out.
And had sex with.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
3,000 people watching. Last boss.
Which game?
For God Run 2.
Well dip my oar and call me Cecil. Looks like the fisher boy has become a fisherman. What, do you think you can push me off of my spot? Come on, let's go. And I'm just using my left hand.
I think we've moved beyond fishing at this point.
I got something special for you this time.
How is that special?
Only ever caught one once myself. Bring me those fish, and I'll call ya a master fisherman for true.
Give it my all this time.
Have you been holding back?
No! I always give it my all!
Hi there. Come back.
We... Thanks.
Husband and wife sure do enjoy their marital spats.
Oh my god. This is gonna be hard.
workers there, yes.
Oh.
I don't hide it, I don't give a shit. Why would I?
Yeah, so you saying that
I'm
you
literally
elicited
like,
sex.
Yeah, and they're like, this is shameful.
I don't, I'm so surprised by that, because I thought a big talking point of on the left was like sex work is real work and all that kind of
No, I mean, there's of course there's a lot of different opinions there. I mean, the left has never agreed on anything, ever. So, it's famous.
I guess there's like an even further left that I'm not super aware of that kind of surprised me sometimes when I hear about it, because I thought there was this universal appreciation and need. Like, you understand sex work is just a necessity of society. It will never go away. It will always be here. The best thing to do is to give them the best conditions possible that's safe and enables them to work and make a living and do it on their terms, which is safe for everybody. That's like that's the best and most humane thing to do.
And that's what sex workers want.
Yeah, of course.
These the fish you wanted?
Well, I'll be. Never thought I'd see the day. Well done, Master Fisherman. Seems I've but one technique left to teach you. Well, I taught you everything I know, but that don't mean you can stop learning. It's a big world out there, with fish the likes of which no man has ever seen. You know, I reckon you might just have what it takes to catch the fish, the Hyneria.
The Hyneria?
No man has ever hooked a Hyneria and lived to tell the tale. If you can do it, then you're a fisherman beyond even my own skill.
All right. That's, if you talk to active sex workers, like, that's what they want, that's you, but there are a lot of people like this that will oftentimes always, like, bring up one or two ex-sex workers, and there are plenty of ex-sex workers who are anti-sex work, and, like, talk about the abuse in the industry, and there is a lot of abuse in that industry. Partially, or not even partially, like, almost directly a consequence of how in the margins that that entire industry is, how it's like a shameful thing that we need to, like, push to the side. So that allows really horrifying things to happen, right? So instead of decriminalizing and, like, having an honest conversation about this, we, like, kind of push it, we brush it aside, and then allow that rampant abuse to continue. So my argument is, like, I'm very open about it, but they were upset. They said that this was, like, unacceptable. Why? That guy Alex is, like, he's like a fucking investigative journalist who I followed for, like, a long time too. He's like, hey,
the guy who really did it out.
Yeah, and
he didn't. Oh, this
shows
is how he blows.
Shows a lot about his fucking investigative reporting.
Because he says here that it turns out the brothel went to so he could have sex with quote workers was rated in 2006.
Yeah, they're not workers. They're not workers.
So by the way,
they're all slaves. Like that's what he makes it seem like. So he clips this article, right? And I didn't. First of all, it's in 2016. I don't fucking know what's going on in the brothel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to know what could have happened in the future. Because he's saying that this is all brothels. All brothels are like this, and it's hyper specific to the sex work industry. And it's not like, you know, it's different than the production factory that's like hiring undocumented immigrants. It's not. The entire argument reduces to sex work is not real work. It's like just abusive and exploitative and horrifying, and it's all sex trafficked people that are exploited and coerced, right? That's the way that this guy operates. That's the way he thinks is going on. And there's plenty of examples that you can point to prove that point, right? So he posts this article as though like I'm, you know, morally culpable in this situation, but. Then I looked a little bit deeper into it. I was like, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, not kind of fucked up, it was super fucked up. What is it? First of all, it was for fucking tax evasion.
Yeah, okay? I saw that.
And secondly, there was accusations that like there might be sex trafficking going on, but all of the people that were pointed to in that situation, they were released, and I believe the brothel is now suing the city of Berlin for damages too. On top of that, I
actually have an excerpt here. It says the Berlin authorities raided Artemis in a human trafficking investigation. Some people on let's see here. Basically, what they do is, I guess the authorities do routine investigations. They drop in to see if there's any like human trafficking there. They didn't find any human trafficking there.
Yeah, but
actually, because what they actually did arrest people for, as you said, was tax fraud and withholding Social Security contributions. So there was no arrest about human trafficking. In fact. And it's routine, and anyway, it was the people arrested were related to tax fraud.
Yeah, I mean the fucking brothel is still in operation. Yeah,
it's not like you know what I mean? Total bullshit. I mean, what the fuck? Why would he do that?
Well, because he has an agenda. A lot of people on the internet have their own particular agenda.
Well, why the left eating their own like this? I just don't understand the dude.
Well, I mean, I think that he just. Well, it helps. It helps.
Investigative reporting.
Phil Franco covered it. It was his name is mentioned with Phil Franco. His name is mentioned here.
But if he cares, why is he eating his fucking lunch? Eat his own pizza. I just don't understand.
I don't think he sees it like that. He cares more about like his swerve POV than anything else. Like, and it was obvious.
Here he is. Here's a real shot of him. Drafting his tweet by hand about participating in human trafficking.
And for those of you who don't know, SWERF means sex work exclusionary radical feminists. It's the same as you might have heard TERF.
Oh wow, okay.
Trans exclusionary radical feminists. These are like, you know, TERF.
I don't get that. I just don't get it. It's like how
there's a fiction in the game called
the natural fact of life. So, I mean, what are you gonna do about it?
Like, people want to do that. Like, people enjoy that. Like, and it's incredibly popular. Like, a lot of people consume porn, for example. I think it's like just incredibly hypocritical of me to, you know, consume porn and then not like advocate for the interests of the people that make it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, why the fuck would you not do that? Like, it's no different than how, like, conservatives would be like, yeah, run football, man, run. And then, like, the moment that they kneel to the national anthem, all of a sudden, wait a minute, that's a real human being with real problems. In a lot of instances, they're black and, you know, have a higher likelihood of being victim of police brutality. And they want to talk about it. Then you remember, like, oh, this is not just an entertainer that's, like, dancing and running for, you know, my desires, but instead a real human being with like real issues, and then they get very upset, and it's kind of like that. A lot of people want to consume porn. A lot of people want to, you know, reap the benefits of sex work, but then they don't actually want to. When it comes down to like giving liberties and rights to those who are making this content or those who are engaging in the act of sex work, then they're like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, all these. I'm shocked that there's people on the left that are like anti-sex work. That's just weird to me.
It's legal.
Yeah, I know. I bet. Yeah, there's like a whole red light district. It's crazy there. From an American perspective, it just seems like hard to even imagine. There's like a whole district in Germany where you walk into it and they have like open street brothels, women literally behind glass.
Has that old
You
fisherman
walk
actually
through the
taught you
brothel,
anything of
there's
use
women
so far?
trying to get you to come.
Well, perseverance?
I'd hardly credit him with that.
Oh, fuck. Wasn't there fish? There was fishing in Final Fantasy 15, eh? Fishing in this game, fishing in Final Fantasy 15, fishing in Red Dead Redemption 2. If Bloodborne had fishing, it'd be the perfect game. What do you even know? You talk about all good games have fishing, dude. Does Animal Crossing have fishing?
Yes.
There we go. No. Oh yeah, it does. Look at this guy.
Well, I guess that's it.
This fishing certainly is fun.
Yeah, I'm grateful for everything the old fisherman taught me.
Not only let us catch one, we'll catch two.
Love that. Trying to get people to come into their room, and it's just like, whoa. I went there when I was like 18.
You go play with your
I didn't
toys?
sleep with anyone. We was
Oh, you went there?
I was a baby. I was a virgin. I was like just scared. I was just walking through there like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And people look at that and go, well, that's fucked up. Like, you're objectifying yourself for the male gaze and the male desire. There's this like weird understanding or meme on the internet that like all sex work is exclusively created by like exploited and abused women for for the interests of just like cisgender, heterosexual white dudes. And that's not the fucking case.
There's a way to argument that it's empowering. They're owning their sexuality, making a great living, especially if they're doing it in a safe way.
Exactly.
Yeah, Hamburg's red light district. That's where.
Well, you know, it's hard to shake off that conditioning if you like grew up in the Western world that has like really puritanical points of view, especially in America against like sex in general. Then it's really hard to like reprogram yourself to be like, wait, maybe this isn't all that bad. Maybe this isn't that crazy. So you know, that's why I advocate for the safety and betterment of sex work. And I said it in the Vice article too. Like, all work under capitalism is exploitative, done under coercive conditions. If you're singling out sex work, then you have more so a problem with sex and not necessarily the work itself.
In Chicago, what do you think about police unions?
I hate police unions.
So what's the problem? You love unions.
Yeah.
Hate police unions.
Well, the reason for why is because police serve the interests of capital rather than the interests of the working class. That's why leftists consider police to be class traitors, while they themselves are technically of the working class.
Oh, I see.
They work against the working class historically and also in contemporary society. So what I mean by that is, historically, cops have always busted through the picket line, helped scabs push through into the factories, and have always engaged in counter-revolutionary activity at the behest of the bosses. And you see that everywhere. I mean, you see that in like the Line 3 protests, where actual cops, off-duty cops, are being hired by the pipeline to go and beat the shit out of, like, quite literally torture some of the protesters there, for example. So it's like, this is what they do. So they're unions, and that's the only reason why they're unions, despite being part of the AFL-CIO. Their unions are probably some of the most strongest, if not the strongest, and that's because they serve the purpose of capital rather than.
What is that? That's toothpaste for dogs?
No. Cat last week, and eat it.
Oh, fuck mice.
What's the rule there for like good union versus bad union?
I mean, there's like, I don't even think about it like good union, bad union. I just think that like, the only reason why they're able to thrive in the way that they do and have a robust union is because, once again, they are the last line of defense between the working class and those who own capital, the wealthy. And if they didn't exist, then, you know, if there was any sort of like uprising or anything like that, which is very unlikely in present day, but if there's any sort of like labor action, for example, labor momentum, they bring in the strike breakers, you know.
Because the reason I ask is because we were just joking about how like they're ready to go to civil war over the vaccine. In Chicago, the police union, like in Chicago, the mayor issued said all government employees need to get vaccinated. You see that all over the place. More places, New York, LA, lots of cities are doing that. And the federal government did that, for Christ's sake.
Hey, where did Pops go?
The old fisherman. Didn't you hear? He passed away just this morning. I guess that old war injury finally got the best of him. From what I understand, the guy used to be quite the mercenary.
That explains a lot.
He supposedly did all kinds of terrible things back in his day. So truth be told, no one in town much cared for him. But he sure seemed to enjoy your company. I think you made his last days some happy ones.
I didn't even know the old guy was sick.
Perhaps that is why he was in such a hurry to pass down his craft.
You know, it's strange, but I feel like he's still here somehow, looking at me.
I trust he is in heaven by now, settling down for a round by the pond.
I hope you're right, Vice.
he sure seemed to enjoy your company.
Thanks.
We've got the... That...
You really...
And the Chicago police force is threatening to go on strike, which I think is illegal as a vital public service.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's debatable. But
So what they end up doing, because they can't go on strike because like otherwise you would have no EMS or you would have no first responders and whatnot, and people would start dying. What they end up doing is what is known as the blue flu, and we were talking about this before the show, but the blue flu actually happened in New York in the past, where they don't full-blown stop working, but
There's
they call in sick and they basically slow down their services. And when the blue flu historically happened in New York City, crime actually decreased.
it's like that is ironic, actually.
Yeah, there was a work stoppage in, I believe in 1971, when around 20,000 New York City police officers
I'll try to get
needed to report for regular duty.
And it was pure utopia for that 12 hours.
Yeah.
People were holding hands, picking flowers.
As opposed to, of course, like when sanitation workers historically have done work stoppages, like all hell breaks loose.
Right.
It's just trash piling up everywhere.
That's true.
It becomes, the city gets even smellier than it normally is.
The thing is, like, anyway, it's just kind of shocked me to hear the Chicago police union head talk, or he's like a MAGA cultist. I mean, he's talking about how he was like, the government has no right to force us to do anything. I'm like, you're a cop. You force people to do shit all day, every day.
That's
literally your job.
Yeah, you are enforcing the government's, the state's monopoly of violence.
Like, you do that every fucking day. And you know, and then the mayor tried to compromise because she didn't want Chicago. This is the union guy.
Love that.
Yeah. So exactly. So this guy supports.
This is like you if you were Polish or Irish.
I could be.
This copy.
This is awesome.
Totally. He has a great hairline as well, which is
fantastic hairline.
You don't see that in cops. Like,
let me show off my hairline. Let's do a hair. Yo, pick your union, boys.
Yeah, it's
which hairline you want?
Yeah, he's. I mean,
he is a hairline king.
I don't believe in like race science or anything, but it's, you know, complete bullshit.
You don't believe in race science?
Yeah, like phrenology, except for cop phrenology. Which is what I was gonna say. I believe that, like, you know, their cops have like a thumb-like shape. And the more thumb-like you are, the higher your level of power is within the cop world.
Right.
And
in the back of your neck, you got like that.
The wrinkles.
thumb-like.
Yeah, exactly. And that's your power level as a cop. I can spot a cop.
Do you think they become more thumb-like as a result of being a police officer, or their thumb-like resemblance enables them to rise the ranks?
Yeah, they're like, that's good.
Are they born a thumb, or do they become a thumb?
That's what I'm saying. I think they're born a thumb.
They're born a thumb.
Like, oh, jokes aside, yes, obviously not. They become thumbs, but, you know. It's just too much of a coincidence, okay? All I'm saying is, if I were to measure cop skulls, I would immediately be able to be like, this is a cop.
Right.
I'm saying.
Right. But anyway, I put up the picture of the union guy real fast again. Yeah, so this guy was defending the January. This is a fucking cop. He said the January 6th protesters were not doing anything illegal. He didn't see any reason to arrest them. It's like these guys killed police. So the police officers support this guy too. So to me, it's like proof that these guys are mostly MAGA cultists. And it explains to me why they're so happy to stomp on the face, arrest, stereotype minority groups. You know, even in Chicago's a very progressive city, but like the police force is straight up fucking MAGA cult, QAnon borderline.
I mean, so this is something that a lot of people miss for some weird reason. It's like I don't know why they just like never talk about cops or the police force as like a political force. But according to the Police Magazine September 2016 survey, 84% of people who responded, like cops that responded to the poll, were planning to vote for Donald Trump versus 8% for Hillary Clinton. So these guys are, I mean, cops have historically always been reactionary, and very openly are they, pro-Trump. They love it. They love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is doing everything they wanted them to do, you know.
It is surprising because the biggest police forces are in very progressive cities, and but it makes sense because like that a job appeals to who? I mean, I don't know. They're like they want to go fucking fuck with minorities. I don't know. Does it just appeal to these people? Like, where do they come from? Why are all these radical conservatives joining the police force?
I think the job shapes you for sure. It's like that's your tool, right? That's your job, and that's why people say when people say ACAB, like all cops are bad, all cops are bastards, whatever. Like they don't mean like you're just automatically an evil person. You just can't be a good person while also being a cop. You'd be a good person otherwise. I don't know how many are. I'm sure there are some.
Yeah, I'm sure there are good cops.
But ultimately, you can't be a good person while in the act of being a cop because you're enforcing all of the laws, right? And a lot of those fucking laws are directly slanted against poor people, directly slanted against black and brown people. So if you're going to do that, then you can't be a good person while in the process of doing that.
Even beyond the laws, I feel like in the police force, you are forced so frequently to look the other way, because there's so many shitty cops doing shitty things, doing violent acts, arresting people inappropriately, searching people inappropriately, pulling people over inappropriately, that you're forced to look the other way, probably on a near daily basis. So like, even if you are not a bad cop,
they'll fire you.
Right, they'll fire you.
They'll fire. The only time you actually get fired.
Well, I hear it all the time when they file complaints on other officers. They get fired.
Yeah, you can't.
Derek Chauvin was like, that guy should have been the guy who killed George Floyd. He should have been fired fucking years before that happened.
But the reason why we turn the other cheek or look the other way is not directly because like the unions are really powerful, the police unions are really powerful, but more so because of the tool that they are designed to be, and that tool has to be a brutal and violent one because like, oh God forbid, you know what I mean? If they're not enforcing, then those criminals can come into our neighborhoods and oh no, like that'll be terrifying. So that's mainly the reason. I personally think it's kind of weird that we have essentially a paramilitary group that is literally above the law, that is completely unaccountable, okay? That gets taxpayer dollars from black and brown neighborhoods, from poor neighborhoods, and then directly takes that taxpayer dollar to an auxiliary neighborhood that they live in. Because like cops more often than not, you mentioned like they operate in urban cities and like big cities and whatnot, but they're not actually from that city. They usually have like little safe haven towns like right at the precipice, right at the border of said city. That town gets all the amenities now because they have more money, but that town is literally operating off of the taxpayer dollars from the poor communities and the poor neighborhoods that are directly funding it. So it's this like very weird cycle of taking money from the working poor and then funding like little safe haven communities that are reactionary as hell at the precipice. So it's terrible all around. Like I mean, I don't understand how you can just look at policing in this country and be like, nah, it's working pretty good.
I agree, and well, here you actually have some evolutionary evidence to support your claim.
Oh wow!
At one point, we've evolved past the human being into the
exactly Thumbelina,
real race science. So there.
This is the hidden truth liberals don't want you to see. Straight up.
Well, anyway, I didn't mean to go onto a tangent into police and unions and stuff. I just heard that story about the Chicago police force today. I was like, man, these guys seem like fucking pieces of shit.
The NYPD union boss was like straight QAnon. Like straight QAnon. I mean, look, if they were... The insurrectionists would take selfies with cops inside of the Capitol. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, they opened the doors for them pretty much.
Right.
Like,
and then they killed one of the cops. And they still simping for anyway, whatever. It's a whole meme hole. The good news is, well, let's move on to something light. For example, Michelle Fiore. You know this lady?
Oh yeah. She's my favorite.
She's running for office in the. So this is the political ads that we're starting to see in America. If you're not from here, this is going to trip you the fuck out. But you know what's funny is I saw this and I was like, that's an effective ad. I feel like that will work for the people she's targeting here.
I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm running for governor.
Governor?
I spent my whole life fighting the establishment. I was the first female majority leader in Nevada Assembly and one of the first electeds to endorse Donald J. Trump. And you better believe I was attacked for it.
I believe it.
Yep, that's how you get bona fide.
Washington Post called me a gun-toting calendar girl. And Politico magazine said that I was the Lady Trump, and I don't care.
Yeah.
The
Washington Post said I'm unqualified to be governor, and I don't care.
The audio is terrible. Like,
the audio's fascinates me. It fascinates.
Wait, is this? You didn't do the full video?
This is the full video. I just paused it.
Oh, you paused it. Okay, I was worried.
This is
getting better.
And the audio fascinates me because it sounds like she's in a studio. She's in the desert, and there's foil for everything. You're like crunching, and then like the truck squeaks and squeals on desert sand, like what's the beginning here? Like that a sound leak in your sound? I don't think.
No. They put everything in post. They made her
vaccinated.
They made her redo her audio too because you can't. They probably didn't get good audio.
So do you think it's all dubbed in the studio?
100%. It's the worst dub.
It's awesome.
It's the worst dub. It's absolutely the worst dub.
It's amazing.
This is why subs overdubs, boys.
I spent my whole life fighting the establishment. I was the first female majority leader in the Assembly and one of the first electeds to endorse Donald J. Trump. And you better believe I was attacked for it.
Dude, I'm sorry, but like, there's some. That fit is fucking wild, bro. It's so wild. I don't know what to say about it without like getting canceled, other than that it's wild.
Yeah. No, I know. I just wait till she.
Okay.
Wait. There's a part of the video where I'm just like, it was hard for me not.
I mean, she's got a leather jacket and belt on, wearing a dress with a belt. I mean, okay, that's fashion, I guess. But damn, she's built like a fucking. You know who she's built like? Alex Jones, top heavy.
Yeah, built like a tank.
Built like a fucking brick wall, dude.
Washington Post called me a gun-toting calendar girl, and Politico magazine said that I was the Lady Trump, and I don't care.
Washington Post said I am completely unqualified and will ruin the state. I don't care.
For the record, like there are reports that she is under FBI investigation for campaign finance.
Oh, so she is more like Trump than she thought.
I mean, of course. Which one of these fundraiser people is not? Shouldn't be.
The Washington Post says I'm being investigated by the FBI. I don't care.
We need outsiders, fighters, not the same old boring, moderate, compromise, blue blazer politicians. Let's start with a 3-shot plan. Ban vaccine mandates, ban critical race theory, and stop voter fraud.
That'll fix our state. Those are the 3 most important things affecting our state right now.
In the state of Nevada.
Yeah. It's voter fraud, vaccine mandates, and critical race theory.
It works, though. It works. Look, this is the funniest part.
Never mind education, infrastructure, healthcare, or any of those other.
Why don't you try to hold this thing back?
Yes. So she shoots the gun, and then she tries to put it back, and then she forgets. So just want to
stop voter fraud.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on the.
The Joe Biden administration is coming after me.
She goes back to it.
Michelle Fiore, and I'm ready for the fight.
It's just hard for her to pull it out and put it back in. Like, and I suspect it's.
Well, you know what this means to me is they must have shot this so many fucking times.
Yeah.
And then this was the best take of the bunch. But they must have shot this so many times that this was the best
Joe
take.
Biden administration is coming after me. I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm ready
Joe
for the
Biden
fight.
administration is coming after me is so funny. It's like, no, like no one knows.
Yeah.
You're just like a fundraiser for the Nevada Republican Party, and it's not the Joe Biden administration; it's the FBI that's coming after you.
Oh, we got more intel on her?
Well, I just went to her campaign website because I was curious, what a
Looks like a MySpace website.
Dude, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's just, and look, it's a bunch of photos, and then just her Twitter feed. There's no page for like policy or what she actually.
The most important things affecting our state is critical race theory and grass that's too long.
The problem is, look, I did some canvassing in Nevada for Bernie Sanders back in the good old days when things were looking brighter. And I went to see some trailer parks there. And like most of the people are completely tapped out of the political process. If you're living in a trailer park, working, like you're just like fuck this shit. You know, none of these people care, or none of these people care about me as an individual, right? But when they do care, they were very Republican. Now, does that mean that they deserve to be in the trailer park? Of course not. And that they I want to improve their jail conditions regardless. But yeah, there are a lot of people that would respond positively to this and be like, yeah, that person does represent.
My initial reaction was like, this is gonna work. Like, this is good shit for the target audience. Yeah. They're like, but that's not irony. From a trailer park in the middle of the fucking desert. They're like, those are the 3 most important things: critical race theory, COVID vaccines, and
Well, it's because that's what they do, right? It's like all they consume is fucking Fox News and like right-wing propaganda from Sinclair Broadcasting and like controls all local. So, yeah, they are terrified of vaccines. They don't want the, vaccine cards forcing the vaccine.
It's like you're in a trailer, bro, and you're worried about critical race theory. What about like
healthcare,
infrastructure, healthcare,
better workplace conditions for you? Because like these guys are still working, and they're working in dog shit conditions.
Pensions, benefits, pay,
Social
maybe
security, childcare,
the minimum wage.
Like pretty much every single thing that's in the 3.5 trillion now slated to be 1.9.
I'm more worried about critical race theory being taught to my kids.
And it sucks, but I mean, there's definitely a problem within the Democratic Party as well. I don't think the lion's share.
I don't know how they're fucking it up every year after year, Democrats.
Well, because they don't really care.
It's like you have the real shit on your side. People want real shit, but like somehow critical race theory is beating out yet again. Like people, you hear them on and on about critical race theory, and people are fucking like can't.
But it's but that's so obvious though that like the critical race theory is just like a culture war issue, a wedge issue, if you will, that they have cultivated. That they've
created. Not a real thing.
It's not a real problem.
It's not.
It's nothing. Really.
It's nothing. It's literally nothing.
Yeah, and it goes away too. Like it's so obvious. Antifa was a critical race theory in the Trump administration. Like originally it was Antifa, then it was like mask mandates, then it was critical race theory, then it was the vax mandates, and it's always like they just move on to the next thing and totally forget about everything else.
What do you got here for us, Dan?
I was just showing all the Republicans.
This is who's running for governor.
The wonderful Republican candidates running for governor and
they're all governor. So we've got Michelle Fiore, who we just met. Joey Gilbert from Reno.
I love that.
That's his photo that he submitted.
I guess it's just because that's his